Hello, did you know that Netflix's The Sandman drops in 11 days on August the 5th? Because I don't actually think I've mentioned that yet. It's obviously joking there, but 11 days from today we will have Netflix's The Sandman in our lives. Woo! Round of applause. It's been a long haul, but we're starting to see now that there's press on it. There's interviews, people have watched it. There are people who have watched the full series and have written reviews. They can't be released until release day, August 5th. Didn't mention that, but people have seen it. It's been seen by people in the world. Netflix Geeked are actually posting about The Sandman. We're getting like memes and stuff. I thought it was just reserved for Stranger Things, but we've got it now. I'm really emotional, wow. We did it, guys. For those who have seen my previous Sandman videos, you'll know that I've been talking about kind of like the lack of content that we've had so far, just because it's been, again, a long haul. However, San Diego Comic-Con happened this weekend, and all of a sudden there's so much content that I actually don't think I've seen it all yet, and it's been 2 days. We got a trailer drop, we got stills, we got interviews, panels. There was a lot of stuff happening at once, and it was about 11:30 at night over here, so I was tired anyway. It was very overwhelming. The trailer, visually spectacular, pretty colours and shapes. My brain went, what did I just watch? I love a top 5 rating on this channel, but today I'm going to be a little bit unique. I'm going to do a top 10. Whoa. Today's top 10 is little things that I'm excited to see in Netflix's The Sandman. So these are things like background moments, weird things that fans fixate on. You'll see what I mean. I don't mean like, I'm really excited to see how they're going to tackle the world of the dreaming, because like obviously I am, but that is a massive thing. I'm talking about like silly, goofy little moments here. Very minor spoilers for The Sandman 1 and The Sandman 2 in this video. I mean like very little things about very little things, but if you want to go in completely blind to the Netflix version, or if you're still reading it or anything, I will put spoiler warning for anything that could be construed as a spoiler, and I will put the timestamp that you need to skip the information that I'm talking about. Number 1, Goldie. Now we actually got a first look at little Goldie with the wonderful Asim Chowdhury, who is playing Abel. He's playing Abel. And oh my god, Goldie, for those who don't know, is a gargoyle. I think Abel originally, it's been a while, it's been like a year since I read this. I'm pretty sure Abel wanted to call him something else, but gargoyles' names have to begin with G. Irving, that's what he wanted to call him. Little Irving, that's what Goldie looks like. He's this little cute gargoyle that hangs about with Abel and his little friend. Oh, there's also Gregory the Gargoyle, who we also got a first look at in this picture. He's fucking massive, isn't he? He's an absolute unit. But Goldie is just a wee baby, and Goldie is a lovely little character that I'm excited to just be like, oh little Goldie. That's literally, this is what I mean by little things. I mean little, actually, literally. What's going on? Okay, moving on. Number 2, baguette. You know what I mean? I mean bip. Bip. In issue 8, The Sound of Her Wings, there is a section where Dream is feeding the pigeons, and his sister, Death, comes up and has a chat with him. That's how I'll keep it spoiler free. And in doing so, Dream unfortunately gets hit by a baguette. However, this bip is something that I know that the Sandman enjoyers chat on Twitter we need to see it. And what happened at San Diego Comic-Con was that bit actually got shown, but obviously the clips aren't available anywhere. They were just for the panel, because there was a bit of 24 hours, there was a bit with Constantine that I think is new, and then the bit with the baguette, but all we heard was Dream's being hit by a baguette, and we were like, the bip is real. Okay, so literally as I was editing this was tweeted saying there is actually no bip. The bip is gone. So now I'm depressed, and this was all for nothing, basically. I want to see, is it gonna bip? How big's the baguette? Are we talking half baguette, full baguette? We need answers. We need answers on the baguette. Number 3, the character themes in the music. This is obviously like a bit of a bigger theme than a baguette, but I am really excited to hear the recurring motifs that are used for each of the characters, and do specific characters have specific instruments to represent them? What do their themes sound like? Are they happy? Are they sad? I think Mason Alexander Park, who plays Desire, what did they call Desire's theme? It was like slutty techno heartbeats or something. I'll put the quote here, but they were talking about Desire's theme, and that is perfect. It's perfect for Desire, and I really want to hear everyone else's, especially like Lucienne's, because I'm assuming Lucienne will have one. I want to see how any of Dream's themes evolve throughout the show, because the music for Dream is going to be something so important, especially when it comes to issues like The Kindly Ones and The Wake, in terms of reminding you of things that happened in the past. I'm scared. Number 4, Morpheus's wig collection. And now, I don't actually think Morpheus wears wigs. I think he styles himself how he wants for the different eras that he inhabits in Men of Good Fortune, which is, for little spoiler, it's an issue where Dream meets a man called Hob Gadling every 100 years to kind of catch up with him when Hob decides, I'm not gonna die. One day he just goes, I'm not gonna die, therefore death's gonna evade me and you're gonna see me every 100 years. But what we get in this issue is Morpheus and Death in the first bit, in their period costumes, and Morpheus has a lovely sleek bob like this, but we have now seen, again, I wrote this before SDC, I wrote like my list before SDCC happened, and now I've got a lot of the things, but he hasn't got so much a sleek bob as like beachy waves. It's like Morpheus surfer. Morpheus surfer dude. But I do really want to see how Tom Sturridge's wonderful hair is styled throughout the show. Little things like I said. Number 5, the TV show that's shown in 24 hours. Now, I've just like gone back to the comments to check precisely what I mean here. There's a bit in the 24-hour diner where John Dee starts watching TV, and obviously, spoiler for 24 hours, things start going pretty tits up in about hour 2, is it? Hour 2, hour 3, things are up. Hour 4, John Dee's watching the TV, and this kids' TV show kind of morphs into something rather horrible rather quickly. But I just want to see how that's going to be done, because in the wonderful Good Omens there is a bit kind of like this where Crowley goes to the cinema, and who speaks to Hasta, is it, speaks to him through this TV show that's supposed to be for children, but it's pretty much that's not what happens. So I want to see how that's tackled. Is it going to be like the Good Omens one? Is that maybe where Neil Gaiman is going to, because surely Neil Gaiman has to make a cameo somewhere, and I'm like, is this where he's going to do it? Because that's where he does it in Good Omens, I believe. Wouldn't that be nice? Number 6, Kane's voice. This is so like, probably isn't anyone else on this earth who's excited for this, but when I read The Sandman, there are certain characters that I think their voices, you can really clearly like understand what they're going to be like, and obviously the audible version exists, so maybe some of my interpretation of Kane has been morphed through this. But like when I was reading for the first time, I was like, oh, I know what Morpheus sounds like, I know what Kane sounds like, I know what Matthew sounds like. Some characters I'm like, oh, what's their accent maybe? Someone like Death, for example, who we now know from the trailer isn't speaking with an American accent when she is American in the audiobook. Cool things happening with voices, but Kane specifically I really want to hear, because I think he has such a strong vocal presence in what issue, Imperfect Horse. You really get to know his voice, and obviously it comes out a lot more later. I'm thinking about, I talked about in my last video, I'm thinking about Parliament of Rooks again, where Vincent Price, that bit, him and Matthew, that's so, you can just hear that bit, you can hear it so well, and I just want to hear how Sanjeev Bhaskar really inhabits this voice. We have now seen some of Sanjeev Bhaskar with Gregory doing a little like sad hold, and I'm like, don't be sad, please. I don't want this show to be sad. I can't be ruined by it. I know I will be, but I don't want to be ruined by it. But I want to hear him talk. Let me hear the man talk, please. 7, Cats. Not Andrew Lloyd Webber. Not Andrew. Are you blind when you're born? Not them cats. There are cats in the Sandman. Who knew? I'm thinking, again, spoiler warning, thinking in Sleep of the Just, where Morpheus turns into a cat for the first time. He does it again, maybe is it a few other times over the Sandman? Definitely he does it once again. However, he turns into a cat in this first issue, and I'm like, I want to see the Morpheus cat. Let me see the Morpheus cat. There are also rumours that I will talk about in number 10 on this list about Dream of a Thousand Cats being in this series, and when they say 1,000 cats, that's a fucking lot of, like, that's a shitload of cats, isn't it? How I want to see them. I would like to see the cats, 1,000 of them, preferably. 8. Wench Death. Again, I got my wish with SDCC. This was in the Den of Geek Sandman exclusive magazine. Death in her wench outfit at the beginning of Men of Good Fortune. I mean, I could take this off the list now technically, but again, I wrote it before SDCC. But I've seen Wench Death. I've seen her move in her maiden ways. I know she hasn't moved, it's a picture, but there we go, wish granted. I can't really say anything else now. However, I will talk about, I'm assuming it will be next season's, the Dead Boy Detectives issue, where Death rocks up in like this insane sports gear when everything starts going wrong in hell. No more spoilers than that. This is my favourite Death look, and I need to see Kirby in this, because this is just, it blows me away every time. I'm like, why is she wearing that? 9. Modern technology. So for those of you who maybe this is bypassed, because I keep forgetting about it, this Sandman, Comic Sandman, was first released in 1989, and it's set in the present day then, so it is set in 1989, or at least the 80s, but they have confirmed that they are modernising the Sandman for the Netflix version. Therefore, I'm really interested to see how modern technology is going to impact any of the plot lines. I'm particularly thinking about something like 24 Hours, and if maybe John Dee is going to utilise social media, because he obviously influences the TV in that, and I'm like, okay, is social media going to be a big part of this? But from the stills we've seen of the diner, it looks quite, how do I put this, like on the beaten track still. It looks quite out of the way, and I'm like, are they going to have the technology there? It really intrigues me, basically. I'm like, because you could probably do a lot with how you adapt the Sandman in terms of this modern world, and I'm wondering how big a part social media, modern technology is going to have to play in this. That's something, again, little things that I'm just like intrigued by, and we get to see it soon. Number 10, 11. What's that meant to mean? 10, 11. Let's set the mood a mystery, shall we? There's a question haunting the Sandman fans of Twitter, a question that seemingly no one on earth knows the answer to. People are desperate for this answer. Our minds are running wild. The answer is locked away. All we want to know is, are there 10 episodes or are there 11? Now, for some reason, the answer to this question does seem to be held like it's a government secret. You wouldn't think it was a big deal, and it wouldn't be a big deal if there was not such this bizarre air of mystery around it. I've got my list here of this thread to follow. I cannot just list this. Okay, so on IMDb, The Sandman is listed as having 11 episodes, which is admittedly an odd number for a series. Why would you not have 10 or 12? You know, well, Neil Gaiman has said that it's 10 episodes. Okay, whatever, IMDb is wrong. That happens, but that would mean that The Sandman finishes on the Doll's House, but we have heard multiple rumours that at least some of Dream Country is in this series, but then surely they can't do all of the Doll's House in episodes 7, 8 and 9, but then it would have to finish at 9 if there was the Dream Country episode. See what, is he, you're overthinking this. Okay, then why, when Neil Gaiman was asked about it, was this his reply? Why was this all he said? Like, why not just say there's 10 episodes is what I'm getting at. Could 11 be a mini-sode like they're gonna do with Good Omens Season 2? Again, I think this would be a really logical thing to do, but why would it be one mini-sode if, like rumours suggest, there are bits of Calliope and possibly Dream of a Thousand Cats being covered? America explain. Basically, I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered either way. I'm just excited to see what the mystery is with this 11th episode. Will there be one? what counts as an episode. Maybe the real 11th episode was the friends that we made along the way. And there we go. I said they were little, I said they were quite inconsequential, but it's just these little things that I'm excited to see. Now we have a trailer, now we have shots. I'm so super excited, and I'm a lot more chill, I think. I mean, you wouldn't have known it from that last me talking about that 11th episode, but I think I'm reassured and I'm a lot more chill. This is a show that I really do want to do well. I really admire the passion behind making it from all the cast, from all the crew, and obviously the story of it. And it's a show that I want to see do well and get made more, please. Thanks for watching again. Hope you liked my hair, by the way. It's really humid still. It's not as warm, but wig. I'd like to see Morpheus rock this, actually. Thanks guys, see you soon. Don't know doing what, but I'll be back soon. Bye.